The Man Without a Face. In 2013, Tim, a 28-year-old college student, moved to a small town in Pennsylvania for a quieter environment. He found a cheap rental on the edge of the woods. His landlord told him the house had been vacant for years, but Tim didn't mind. It was perfect for his studies. The first night, he woke up to a soft tapping on his window. He lived on the second floor, so he thought it was just the wind. But when he looked out the window, he saw something in the fog. A figure, tall and thin, standing exactly where a tree had once stood. Strange things started happening over the next few days. He found his front door open in the morning, even though he was sure he'd locked it. His keys disappeared, found in strange places, like in the refrigerator or under his bed. On the fourth night, Tim heard the tapping again, but this time, he also heard something different. Deep, heavy breathing. He looked out the window and saw the same figure, but closer. It was as if he were watching him, but the man had no face. Startled, he closed all the curtains and went back to bed, but the peace didn't last long. Around 3 a.m., he was awakened by a scratching sound, like someone running nails over wood. It was coming from his bedroom door. With a pounding heart, he grabbed his phone and opened the camera app. He pointed it at the door and waited. The scratching stopped. Then, slowly, the doorknob moved down. Tim screamed, "Who's there?" There was silence. He jerked the door open. No one. But there were prints on the wooden floor. The next day, he confronted Mr. Peterson. The old man sighed and rubbed his face. "You're not the first tenant this has happened to," he said. Years ago, the house had belonged to a man named John Sanders, a recluse who never spoke and always hid his face. One night, he was found dead in the basement, his face completely gone, as if it had been burned off. Tim packed up his things and left that same night. He tried to look at the house later on Google Maps, but it was gone. No evidence that it had ever existed. Some nights, he still hears the tapping on his window. This story may be over, but the nightmare continues. Subscribe, like, and watch the next one before it watches you.